That's doing things. All right. We are live. And welcome aboard the USS Gungnir, the Spear of the 10th Fleet. We are gathered from across the galaxy to play Star Trek Adventures, a tabletop RPG by Modifius. Every week we continue our adventures into the wild and wonderful frontier of the Federation. And today we're going into a Quintary star system. Should be some fun navigational hazards in there. You know, just a walk in the park on a bright noonday from 5 sides.
Sure, nobody wants to go to Rice instead? Yeah.
No? Sounds like somebody's going to the observation deck for a suntan.
The ultimate suntan.
Yeah, we'll figure out exactly how bad of a suntan here in a moment. But first, the opening theme.
Blinded by the light.
No, I'm totally not stealing that from somewhere. No, I don't make self-referential title names.
I feel like that's not true.
Alright. Eventually I do want to get like a video opening, but I have to, actually convince someone or pay someone to do that. And this would be a terrible time for me to pitch my Patreon. No. I don't have a Patreon. I do this is for the love and amusement and of torturing you guys. So, hot on the trail of the fearsome captain and Fred, the Gungnir heads off into space to investigate a possible location in for his base, the Five Sister Star Cluster. 5 young hot stars that are in close orbit to each other, in the same room as our solar system. This is their one chance to capture Fred, because shortly after this, the Latinum will be on the way to the Peso sector, where it will be stolen by the patron from the future. And then the crew will have to choose which crime to prevent. It won't be easy finding the secret pirate base, especially when you are blinded by the light of 5 suns. Maxwell, Plank, and all of them are back at DSE. There is currently talk about the Tiger Squadron and being dissolved since their work in the Peso sector is officially done. Starfleet doesn't feel the need to have an entire squadron over there. We're still under radio silence from DSC and the expedition. And the Klingons on one sector or rimward from us. So, yeah, pointer this way. So one sector this way. They are setting up their own colonies and stuff. There's one sector buffer zone between us, but yeah, they're being very aggressive, as Klingons would be in their expansion efforts. You have about 2 days from Aegis to the Five Sisters. What would you like to do?
Probably the first thing, I guess, is make sure all the computer systems and everything are back online and functioning after the time ghost messed with everything.
That would probably be a good thing to do. Control engineering. Want to do a level 3 or level 4 diagnostic?
Let's do a level 4.
Really pick the bugs out. Control engineering, difficulty 4.
Okay, I'm gonna get left to assist, and I'm gonna also use let's see, do I want to use bold engineering or I know my ship?
You can use both.
Oh, I can? Okay.
It would just be that I know my ship dice would be bought first, since that's the cheapest, and then the next dice what she would get would be a 2 threat or momentum.
Okay. I'll spend the 2 threat for that. So that's 4 dice altogether, I believe, right?
Yes, it is.
Looking for sheet.
Yeah, you go through the computer systems top to bottom, and left to right and sideways, and everything seems to be in working order. There was a lot of updates you had to pull in. Oh,
sorry, that was left on that second roll.
Yes, 2 momentum. Yeah. Pretty much you just had to go through the update cycle for like 4 hours of downloading the update, restarting in the computer to initialize it. But you managed to get it all in.
Windows update is downloading?
Yep. Yep, computers are working nominally.
Sounds good. Unless anybody else has any other ideas or problems?
No. The doctor will be annoyed with the commander for a few days. But other than that, she'll go about her business.
I mean, it's in the past.
That doesn't matter.
Womp, womp, womp.
Technically, he should have gotten in some serious trouble for that, but this isn't her Starfleet anymore.
Sadly, Starfleet uniforms don't come with belts.
The Federation does not condone corporal punishment against minors.
Actually, I think that is a law in the Federation.
Well, I mean, it was just a minor offense.
No, not really. I mean, disobeying a doctor's orders when they've taken you off duty.
It was a pun. I was making a pun.
It's a minor offense.
Yeah, haha, uh-huh.
It's okay. Morgana's just a little short-tempered.
Yeah.
I mean, it was exigent circumstances. He was, time shifted back to a teenager. I mean, what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but that's pretty much her. Is she'll just, work, go home. Boring stuff. Old lady stuff,
Vera, how is your officer classes going?
She is paying the best attention she can. There's definitely not an asterisk next to that statement.
Poor gerbil.
She has the feeling of somebody who has never really been in a classroom before. But she is giving it an honest try at least. When she's not doing that, she's spending a lot of her spare time fiddling with the nav console, doing something.
Sorry, I thought I heard something. Yeah, let's do a reason con. Difficulty 3. I'm gonna bump this up to complication 2 because you are trying to weave this in with the rest of your regular duties. Just to see how well the class is. And either the captain or commander can assist with presence con.
Can leadership be a focus?
Absolutely.
I will give you a threat.
All right.
Would helm operations be a focus, or is it just like more like the protocol learning and everything that I don't think I really have a focus for?
Yeah, this is more for the protocol learning. What's the chain of command? How do you do things? Who do you need to talk to for what?
I'll use my bold reroll. Whoever's assisting, please save me.
You're welcome.
Huzzah! And with that, you you are slowly working your way through the book. Managed to get a couple chapters in. Doctor, on the second day, a fruit basket is dropped off at your office.
Okay. Well, she'll pick it up and see if there's a card in it.
There is indeed a card.
Okay.
I'm gonna send that to you now. I'm assuming you
Okay.
can read it.
Yeah, probably.
It's not encrypted or anything.
But, I would hope not. It's a card in a fruit basket.
And con save! It's poison! No.
Uh-huh. She'll just sigh and smirk, and if there's an apple in it, she'll take it out and take a bite and walk back into her office.
There is indeed an apple in it.
Yep. That's just kind of what she does. She just sits there inside, like, okay. Alright. Fair play.
Alright. And now to the star cluster. And definitely gonna need mystery music.
Dun 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 dun. That's not far off.
That's why I get it from mislabeling things. Alright. And here is the Five Sister our star system. It is a hot mess in just about every sense of the word. These 5 stars are very young and they're quite unstable, and there's actually plasma streams that are flowing between the stars as their magnetic fields are intersecting each other. Oh yeah, to even fly through here would be an act of insanity. And the plasma fields are constantly shifting and snapping in front of you. But as you approach, and I want to make sure I get his name right because it's going quantum in my brain. Sorel looks at his data and he excuses himself to go to astrometrics because something about the makeup of the star system is quite peculiar. And he goes to investigate it.
Well, Captain, I think I can fly through it, but we're gonna be baked.
Then we'll turn the shields up. I'll have the ship go on the yellow alert.
Alright, shields are up. And ship is at yellow alert. Any other advantages you want to do before you go wading through here?
One idea is to have medical team prep for radiation treatment in case we lose shields.
We could totally do that.
Yeah, the doctor will say she'll get things ready. But I'll do it in the accent. So, I can get the medicine ready, but if the shields go down and we're in the middle of that, no amount of medicine is going to save us. Vivos.
Perhaps sending probes in first to scout out a safer course might be the best option.
Yeah.
Like I said, she'll make the medicine, but she doesn't think that even with radiation medicine, if the shields go down and they're in the middle of that, they're screwed.
Yeah, let's prep
we-
some probes and scout out. We might get lucky, and there might be some spots where the radiation are like minimal.
Momentum. Jim.
One momentum.
I'd like to
Mhm.
see if I could maybe create an advantage of maybe fine-tuning the shields for this type of radiation.
That
See if I
is
can make them
totally
more
something
resistant.
you can do.
What the hell?
Oh no.
Okay.
Computer's medicine for the ship. Come in.
There's that cursed fruit basket.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Don't you get it? You kept the doctor away from the situation.
With an apple.
Oh,
With an apple.
oh, jeez. You take this guy out and
Yeah.
beat him with a Ferengi pain whip.
Someone have computer's medicine from the Gungnir?
It's like somebody who has it up.
Trying to find it.
I got it.
I
Just
have
opened it. Computer's medicine.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to quash?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. There was a little bit of a communication error between some of your teams. Both of them and went to deck 1, and instead of going from deck 1 and in deck 15 and meeting in the middle. Oh, but you managed to sort it out, and you're able to inoculate the crew quickly, and you have emergency post-exposure radiation and supplies at the ready. So any task that has to do with treatment for radiation, and you have an advantage on. I also heard someone
That
ask
works.
for an advantage against the shielding. Yeah, this sounds like a modulate shield task. Structure. Engineering. I'm gonna spend 2 threats to make that a div 3 task.
Okay, I'm going to ask Left to assist.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, you have a free advantage. Because of your goal.
Yep, as a chief engineer, you have an advantage of your engineering team you can apply to any role that takes place upon your ship.
Okay. Does that reduce the difficulty, or?
You can use it to reduce the difficulty. You can use it to create a special effect afterwards, or however you need them to help you.
Let's just reduce the difficulty on this one for now.
Alright, div 2 it is. Left, no!
I guess.
You got one momentum, but yeah, complication. Anything we can do about that? Or is
No, I thought I added some values to left, but I don't see them here now. What were you saying, Calder?
Never mind.
I'm not sure what I can do with left on that
Okay.
0.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna take 2 new threats.
Okay.
Just gonna save that for later. Calder, you wanted to do something?
Can't really think of anything.
All right. So, again, I'm trying new mechanics, and welcome aboard our base GFA. So, each one of these is hexes is one area, and the plasma streams are violent and moving randomly. So each hex you move into, you roll a challenge dice. On effect, a plasma stream will appear, and you are gonna have to deal with it in some way or manner. But yep.
Did you launch the globes? Well,
you did, but there is too much interference. You immediately lost contact with them. Alright, and then with each hex you go in, you are going to make a science roll, diff 3, and after that I'll answer hot or cold. If you're getting hot, you're getting closer to where the base is probably is. If you're getting cold, you're moving away from it. You can jump around and move to any random square. You don't have to move to adjacent squares. But each time you land, we are risking rolling a challenge dice.
Can I create an advantage with my background? Maybe like trying to figure where the best place would be to hide an entire base in such a structure?
Are there any kind of emissions, sensor emissions, ion trails, anything like that we can detect?
No, this thing's a soup. There's no ion trails else to be found. And if there were ion trails, they'll be swept up by the plasma streams.
She does have the clandestine navigation focus, so she does.
You would be able to use that to assist in the sensor roll.
Okie dokie, that works for me.
So, Captain, where would you like to start? Do you have control of the ship?
Let's start by simply moving forward, because I think this is the route we should try and go.
All right. Moving 1 hex in, and 1 challenge dice. No plasma streams as of yet. Now the reason science, stiff 3, sensors, and science. And then in Vera you can assist with reason con and your focus. Man, who's taking the main role? I guess is a good question.
No, I only rolled 1 die, so I was assisting.
Let's have Patterson go.
Alright. Will Patterson like to take on any new talents, focuses, or values at this time?
Cautious science.
All right. Go ahead and add that on there, and will Patterson be buying any extra dice?
1 momentum for a 3rd dice.
All right.
Would planetary physics work as a focus?
I will accept that.
Okay, good then. Then dedicated focus works.
Excellent. And that doubles the focus range?
No. Choose a focus your character has when attempting a task where this focus applies. Each d20 that generates 2 successes also generates 1 bonus momentum. This talent only applies to d20s in the character's dice pool and does not apply to dice added due to equipment, starship assistance, or character assistance.
Okay, sounds good. So every 2 he gets a bonus momentum.
No, when he rolls a crit, a bonus momentum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, let's gamble.
All right.
On the 11 he rolled.
Still on. All right, so that is 4, 5, 6, 7 on a diff 3, 4 plus 1 more because you did crit on that, so you have 1 bonus momentum.
I think that the bonus momentum stays because it doesn't say otherwise it disappears.
Okay.
So.
And you are getting warmer. You are getting closer to some sort of indistinct signature.
Can we spend momentum to like figure a general direction warmer?
It's dead ahead.
Okay.
I'll check out for momentum. Yeah, it's in the general direction, and you were already heading.
Okay, so let's start and cautiously move to the next one.
All right.
And is there a way to do a con check to help us against getting hit by storms, or is that only when those dice roll a effect?
When the dice rolls and effects, actually you're gonna have 1 opportunity to deal with the problem in one way or another. Like now.
Me and my mouth.
You and your big mouth. All right. So, as you move into the next sector, a giant plasma stream appears and is approaching you. This is a difficulty 4 problem, so one person has one chance to make a difficulty 4 or higher roll. Otherwise, we're gonna start taking damage. So we have a Oops.
I was gonna say this should be a con roll because somebody needs to start dip, duck, diving, and dodging.
Yep.
That is something that I can dip, duck, dive, and do.
All right. So that's a diff 4, daring con check, and the ship assist.
I will spend 1 threat, and 2 momentum. Does precision maneuvering apply here?
Not in this point. You're
I
trying.
would argue yes. I would argue yes because she is trying to be precise as to avoid the one storm without hitting another.
Using
I would
that-
argue pinpoint flying.
Using that argument, yes, it would apply.
Because she's essentially flying through the Badlands on crack.
I mean, it's very pretty, at least.
So precision would lower it to diff 3. So I just need the ship.
Alright. Engines con from the ship. Alright. Generate 3 E momentum off that. As the lightning storm coming and Vera very quickly dives the ship underneath and out of the way, and the lightning bolt in space and passes by safely. Although some of the hairs on the back of your neck is standing on end, and possibly some of the hair on some of your head as static electricity built up. And now we're back to the Reason Science roll, diff 3.
Pattis.
Rather than diff 2, consider sensors. And Patterson.
What is it? Reason Science?
Yep.
Morgana can help.
I'm gonna take a momentum for a 3rd dice.
Okay.
And cautious.
And welcome aboard.
Oh, it's control
our
science?
Tiger. Was it control or reason? Yeah, it was control before. Alright, and then sensor science. And sensor science from the ship, Captain.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
There you go. 3 momentum generated. And indeed, you are getting warmer. Inching ever closer to your goal. You have 1 float. Would you like to use that for anything?
Yeah, that and one of the other momentum to give Vera a head start on the next issue. Basically, our sensors catch it with just a little bit extra time, giving her that much more time to react.
I love that.
So advantage for Vera's next con check.
Yep, advantage to dodge.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Which squadron would you like to go to next?
Let's go.
And again, you don't have to go literally. You can jump around the map if you want, if that tactically makes sense.
Yep. Let's just move here and see if there's any changes.
All right. And the storms are quiet. And difficulty 3, control science.
Difficulty 2, control signs.
Yes. Div 2.
Take a momentum.
All right.
Good eagle, that's 0.
All right. And sensor science from the ship. And Doctor, you can assist as well.
Yep.
Alright. 2 momentum generated, plus 1 bonus from dedicated in focus. And ever closer, ever closer. Yes, this is the right direction.
Okay, 2 momentum to do a focus a scan on forwards for any large man-made structures.
You are getting in some duranium deposits a bit upwards, either here or here. Somewhere along these vectors.
So my theory is if by moving this direction while it also being hotter and hotter, my theory would be that the station might be here because it's near to deposit these 3 asteroids.
Mm-hmm. If you would like, you can jump there.
I'm still going to inch through in cases so like this and then this.
All right. One more hex. One more challenge dice. And all is quiet. And in fact, as you're coming through this sector, you find in the center of this storm is a neutron star that is throwing off a lot of graviton. Yeah, it's throwing off a lot of gravity and a lot of the magnetic lines that are stirring up these stars. So kind of unusual. Might be something that Sorrel is looking into right now.
Okay.
But at this time, the science roll.
Yep. Same second verse, same as the first.
Yep. And
Turns out this old bat has some skills.
Not gonna forget that one, are you?
course I'm not.
She's
And
allowed.
the
She's allowed. She's to be petty.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
And the sensor science from the ship. Alright, so 1, 2, 3 plus the bonus is 4. Again, you are on the right track.
One more forwards.
Would you like to use the float for anything?
Can't think of anything. Do you got any suggestions of your Morgana or Ghost? You want to, or one idea is, give it towards Saran's goal when he gets here.
I would still, to be fair, no offense to Sorrel, but Sorrel is, he's a Vulcan. This would be no problem for him. I would be giving as many advantages to the con officer as I could.
I would actually suggest using it to help beef up our shields from any errant radiation.
That's true as well.
Yeah, let's do that for Goss when he needs to do a lull against the radiation.
We have a better
advantage, understanding of radiation.
Yeah, better understanding of the radiation.
I have no idea if you can make counter waves of radiation, but sure, that makes sense. And one more hex, one more challenge dice. Oh no! This is a difficulty 4 problem. Brought down the diff 3 because of prior advantages. So you have a little bit of a head start, but yes, another plasma stream is on its way towards you.
And don't we get an extra if Vieira rolls it?
I think so.
Because one would give.
Yeah, it was dropped down to diff 3 because of that advantage. Because she has more time to dodge out of the way now. She isn't going, oh crap! She's going, oh. She's moving out of the way.
You're implying that she...
Yeah, this is the same turn as last time. They dodged, so... Oh, no diff increase for her doing the same thing. Just, if you want to try other means of dodging plasma. So, we're gonna do the Daring Con again?
Sounds good to me. You can have a threat.
And
I'll reduce it with precision maneuvering.
Yep, precision maneuvering brings that down to diff 2. So this is gonna be easy for you.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to let you increase the complication range because Vera is just showing off now.
Nah, we're good. I'm saving my threat for other things.
You should have taken it. I'll re-roll the
red 0.
The red 0, yeah. If you had taken that offer, you would have gotten 2 red 0s.
Mm-hmm.
Does somebody have the ship?
Yeah, I got it.
Engines gone from the ship. goodness. Okay, I need to stop having you guys roll things. As you dodge out of the way, you have 2 float. What would you like to do with the 2 float, Vera?
I will apply that 2 float to our next movement roll to try to find this thing faster. She's like trying to basically she's by swinging around with like little space, she's trying to keep from disrupting the scans too much.
Okay. Spending 3 threat as... After you dodge the roll, you manage to run into a Nausicaan Raider. And we are now in combat rounds.
Jamming communications.
I think that's a good opening action.
Alright, would you like to go to red alert?
Yes.
Alright, minor action to do that. And... Alright, minor action in red alert, and we are doing a jam. Jamming communications. Control engineering. Div 3. Use compass where we are. And then communications. And NG. Control engineering div 3. Complication 3. Assisted by communications engineering.
Alright. I'll get left to assist as well.
Okay. And then left and communications engineering from the ship. Two momentum.
Using the Blackberry Jam? That's important.
Lone Star.
Alright, 2 momentum generated, and they have a level 2 jam on their sensor, on their communications. Would you like to increase that for 2 momentum?
What do y'all think?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we'll spend the 2.
Alright. Sure, switch out. That makes sense. Level 3 e-communication jam am on them. Would you like to keep or swift?
We don't have to keep because of my ability. Well,
Mhm.
spend to keep.
You don't have to spend to keep, but that's still a decision if you want to keep.
Are we in weapons range?
You are. They are within medium range, and their shields are up. They do not appear to have weapons up. This
So let's have Zogor activate and fire torpedoes.
Okay. They are in medium range, and so that's gonna up the difficulty.
Okay, then phasers.
Yeah, should we try and disable them and board them?
Well, that's why I'm using lasers. Well, phasers.
I'm firing my laser.
Okay, Zogor is going to spend a maneuver to block. Precision targeting.
Okay. And what system are you going for?
Let's go with shields.
Shields isn't a system. You
Okay,
can get structure though.
Yeah, structure. No, weapons.
Weapons. Got it. And because of precision targeting, that does not increase in difficulty. So
No, that's fast targeting system. Precision targeting is the add piercing, and I can re-roll the dice.
Okay. Yep. Div 2. You may fire and ready.
Take a threat GM. I have 2 re-rolls, so I'm re-rolling those 2 zeros.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So that is 2 momentum.
2 momentum. Generated and roll that beautiful damage.
Let's slap some power in. Let's slap 2 power into this.
Okay, so minus 3 power total.
Let's throw in versatile. Well, 1 versatile to
Reroll.
re-roll those dice.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so there is no resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. And
Okay, 1 momentum to plus 1 damage, and 2 momentum to do spread. Well, to add the half damage.
the devastating attack, yeah.
Yeah.
Good play. Alright, so that is 1. It's at least 5 damage. Alright, so first attack shields are at 15%. Second attack, takes the shields, nails down. That is 1, 2, 3, and yeah, that is 3 breaches. They are disabled but not destroyed.
Captain, should I lead a boarding party?
Poor guys.
Yes.
What's roughly the crew complement of a Nausicaan Raider like that?
20 to 30.
Okay, I'll take the security team. Let's say 6.
Alright, for 2 momentum, you have a security team.
Okay.
Their shields are down, so that goes away. You will have to drop your shield to beam over.
would we still have to take down our shields if we want to board via shuttle?
It would be less exposed.
No, we do not, because you can take your. If you're taking a shuttle out, the shuttle can pass through the shield.
Yeah, you can attune
It's
the
the
shuttle to pass
transporters
through.
that can't.
So we take 2 roundabouts full of transport variants to board.
Could also beam in from the runabouts.
The runabouts would still need to turn off shields, and I feel like it would be more dangerous for the shuttle to turn the shields off.
Ready?
The doctor would suggest EV suits regardless, because if that ship shields down, at least the EV suits will give you some sort of protection, even if it's not a lot.
EV suits would give protection. But if you take the time to put on EV suits, the crew of the Raider will have time to do something else.
Yeah.
They'll be able to take a couple turns as you are boarding shuttles and putting EV suits on and everything.
Would it be possible to tractor the Raider into the shuttle bay?
It is too big to fit in the shuttle bay. It's
Okay.
scale 3.
Alright.
You can only fit scale 2 craft. You could put them in a tractor beam if you would like.
That seems feasible.
Yeah.
Alright. You have a diff 4 tractor beam. It's not much. Control security. Diff 2. Assisted by structure. Security.
Want to have Zogar roll that?
Mm-hmm.
Dollar, you still got Zogar? Or...
Yep, I got him.
And structure security. Easy peasy. Alright. Noxian crew's gonna try to do something.
Can we randomly move their ship in 1 meter increments up and down, just kind of randomly to keep them off their feet?
Unfortunately, no.
No, we cannot play Shake the Baby.
Yeah, this is worth it. Let's do this. Oh boy. Good luck, guys. Huzzah! Your carefully laid communication and network, they just punched through it. They're sending a message.
Okay, can Agas try and intercept this?
Yeah, they are not encrypted or anything, but you can try catching it real quick. Control engineering. Actually, at this time, Ross, are you heading to the shuttle bay?
Yeah.
To lead the away team? Alright, so you
Everyone
personally
else left to it.
If he
Yeah.
can't, the doctor can.
Yeah, left
The
for
left,
someone else
left
can.
of the doctor can. Yeah.
Communications.
She's pretty okay at engineering.
Yeah, Div 2 to intercept the message.
Okay. Okay. I will spend a momentum.
Alright, message intercepted. Doctor, I'm just gonna message this to you.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's saying, help, help, we're being bitch slapped by a Federation ship. Help!
Can we find can we use this to pinpoint where the station is?
For 2 momentum, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do that.
They are actually using a tight beam communication that has some directionality to it.
Only problem is to realize where it's going, we actually have to let it through.
Yeah, at this point, this is just like catching the message and reading it. If you want to stop it, that would be another 2 momentum.
No, it's fine. Unless the captain wants to stop it.
So let's do that and try and keep the element of surprise because we already know where the station is.
Alright,
Okay.
you do have a location for the station. They attempt to get a message out, but you manage to quash it. And, Doctor, the message is sent to your console.
Yep. Hi. She just says, well, I've seen pack-led communications that were harder to jam. Huh. And she just kind of starts laughing.
I didn't even know they had communications.
It's usually a stone and a piece of paper, but
And they keep the paper and throw the stone at the person they're trying to talk to.
yep. Exactly.
Alright, so that was the thing.
Me
Ross.
smart, me do thing.
Ross is currently busy putting on EVA suits. And yep, the message was going to. No, not all the way up there. It's going to this mysterious location here. And
Yep. She says, well, we got lucky, sir. They were about to rat us out, as it were. And apparently they have a few high-valued assets here. Unclear what they are by the message, but they are telling them to run.
Okay, thank you for your efforts. Because that we're still able to keep the element of surprise.
She nods.
alright. And Ross and away team are in the Erickson, and what's the second runabout called? Runabout to Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah, just name it after, because pretty much the name convention for the runabouts is Norse Explorers.
Mm-hmm.
So Hammerstein?
Okay.
That works. So Erickson and Hammerstein set out to board or the raider. You're not able to dock inside, but you can do a soft seal on their airlocks. In fact, let's make that a roll. Control. Div 3, comp 3. And engines con.
Did Vera come with us, or is she still on the Gungnir?
That's up to you.
I thought she was still on the Gungnir. If you want her to, that she can, but
I was just checking to see, since it's a con roll.
I mean that's up to you and the captain.
If you believe you need them, then by all means.
We could just have Magnus do it. Yeah.
True.
He could be one of the pilots.
I mean, we should save our crew's support to get extra security personnel.
Okay.
Because so far we spent 3 out of our.
You're 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd rather have save those. So let's. I think having Vera would be helpful because I doubt we'll need to do any precise maneuvers while waiting.
All right.
So Vera, you are flying. And this is precise maneuvering as you are trying to line up airlocks.
Alright, so diff 2 will give you a threat for a 3rd dice.
Can I assist?
Yes. Same attributes. And it's engine cons for the runabout.
Rerolling that middle 0.
Mm-hmm. And then engines con from the runabout. There we go. Should have more than 0. But definitely.
Oh, that's
more.
where this sheet's blank. All the stats are 0 for some reason.
Ah, crap. Alright, so let's not do combat with the runabouts then.
Wait, hang on. There's 2 Ericssons. One's the runabout, one's an interior. Let me try the other one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, do the normal runabout.
Alright.
I didn't see that. There were 2 there before.
Goodness.
Yeah.
As Vera, you're able to very carefully you're able to very carefully set the soft seal and you have a good seal on the hatch. And then there's an energy buildup.
Oh, they're gonna blow the ship. Jeez.
If it is going to be an explosion, we still have it tracked, so we could just push it.
Well, we're
Except that the runabouts are latched to it right now.
Does it look like a warp core overload or something like that?
Smaller.
Directed EMP blast at the Marauder. Just disable everything on it. I mean, their shields are already down. They're dying. There's not much we can do.
I mean, life support's still on. So they're not dying. They're just can't do much.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy that messed with the double core thought that too. Right up until his heart exploded.
Daring Con, Diff 4, Comp 5. I have to dodge out of the way as they're trying to blow up the airlock as you guys are latched.
You got this, Vera. I believe in you.
Me too, since I'm on board.
Either that or daring engineering or some other way of solving this problem. But, yep, bomb's blowing up right about now.
Alright, I'm going to use my determination. And use, the best flourish when the stakes are high.
I'll say the stakes are high now. If you don't get out right now, you might be dead.
Then I will give you a two threat for a 4th dice.
Yep. So you'll be rolling 3 dice.
Can I do anything to assist?
Yeah, you can take the op station and help with Daring Con.
Here we go.
Just 2 hits. 4, 5, 6, 7, and Andrew's Con from the shuttle Erickson.
You still have that one open?
Yeah. What was the roll again?
Engine's Con. And it's Comp 5. Oh, come on! Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 momentum generated.
6?
1, 2.
I mean, I'll take it if you want it, but I thought it was just 1 extra. Or 2 extra.
No, I can't math. Alright, just count the ones. 1, 2. Alright, 4 momentum generated. You have 3 float. As you're able to unseal and roll away as an explosion blows out the airlock. Apparently they used some sort of shape charge on it, and we're waiting for you to soft seal.
That's just unsportsmanlike.
Just the shape charge? The rest of the ship didn't.
The rest of the ship's fine. In fact, it's still holding the atmosphere. They basically opened up the airlock, put a shape charge on the outer door, and then closed the inner airlock. So
can I use the momentum? Since I use staring, can I use the momentum to like flip midair and go right back into the seal?
Yeah, I'll allow that. That's a cool maneuver.
That seems like something very risky that she would try.
Yeah, you're able to pull out, roll over, and get that soft seal back again. They no longer have an outer door to the airlock, so they just have an inner door. So you soft seal to the airlock, you open up your doors, and there's just this charred metal ring where their airlock used to be, and then a door inside.
Your stop, Commander?
Thank you. All right, all ashore is going ashore.
You do have one float. Would you like to use that for anything?
Getting that inner door open.
That's gonna be a roll on your part. Vera, anything? Going once.
I cannot think of anything.
Is there anything
Sorry.
behind the door? Can we use it for that? Sensor sweep or something?
There are several men and yelling, and they are setting up energy barriers. Would you like to open this door?
Ross to Gungnir, Captain.
Yes.
Can you hit the power on this ship? See if we can knock out their power. They're going to do everything they can to make life hard for us getting aboard here. I think without energy for anything, it'll make it a lot easier for us to get aboard.
Okay, yes, we'll try.
Right, there's a couple ways you can go about this. You can, and
Deflector dish, tachyon beam, hit it, drain it, go away.
yeah,
Yep.
that's one way of doing it. You can also use your phaser ray and just target their engines.
Yeah, but the tachyon beam doesn't actually do damage, it just drains power.
Yep. So, Captain, which option would you like?
Let's do the tachyon.
The doctor would Yeah, that's the one that doctor would put forward.
Science.
Uh,
Div 3. Control science, div 3, comp 3, cause reasons. And structure science.
Okay. I will use a determination on the value. Long life means many skills.
Yeah, this isn't your normal wheelhouse, but you're certainly helping it.
Yep. And that will... And I will just roll. See what happens. There we go.
Do you have a complication on the board?
I will quash it.
Yep, but that is
We have momentum.
Yep, and that's technically a hit, because the determination counts. So...
Yep. 4 successes.
As you realign the deflector dish, hit them with tachyon pulse, they have no power left. They still have like battery generators and stuff, but yeah, the shipboard power is gonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no life support, no gravity should definitely take the fight out of them somewhat.
It takes a lot to take out the life support and gravity systems. Those things are like on super durable. Yeah, it takes a lot to knock out gravity.
But
they won't
they
have
are
the energy
definitely
barriers.
on backup power by now. Yeah. Anything that's anything is probably
Which one is
on backup power or less.
There you go, 3 breaches. Put that
We'll
on
breach
there.
that inner door now.
Control engineering, and it's div 3.
I will spend a point of momentum.
Do you want me to try to assist?
Sweetly.
Do you have a focus?
Skullduggery?
Yours I'll accept. Rust.
I don't think anyone for getting through doors that would help. Deflector shield force field technology?
This isn't a force field. This is a
Standard door?
Yeah, this is Duranium door.
Yeah, then I got nothing. I will use support your peers and subordinates to quash that complication.
That will. It's not automatic quash. It's a reroll, but yes, that.
To reroll.
Yeah, that'll work for a reroll. All right, one momentum generated. And you're able to breach. After you breach, they tried like hiding throughout corridors and stuff, and there's a little bit of firefight, but after about 30 minutes, you're able to round them up, and they stop fighting. This is markedly a mixed crew of some Gorn, lots of Orions, some Federation Asian members, Andorians, humans, Tellarites are common. 2 Romulans, that's unique, and several Nausicaans.
All right, we're gonna basically search, disarm everybody. Scan for implants. Any other sneaky trickses?
Sneaky trixies? Actually, that
is. Can I lead this incident?
Insight Security Diff 3. I'll just cover you going over everyone. Since this ship has a security rating of 3.
Would you like me to make the roll, or would you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Think you're high? Okay. I'll go with Skullduggery as a focus again, just because she knows where pirates would hide stuff.
Yeah. Open up your mouth wider, man. Yep, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Turn your head and cough.
Every boot has to be checked.
The back fourth, no, it's like we already know it's the 4th back molar. Come on now, open your mouth further.
Alrighty. You can take a momentum off.
1 momentum for a third.
And Ross, do you assisting?
Sure, I'll give it a try.
And you find all sorts of very fun contraband and secret communication in implants, data crypts hidden in legs, knives in places that you don't want to think about. One guy has a taser set up in his wrist, so he punches you when he does electrical stun damage.
Somebody, you liking Captain Fred a little bit too much, huh, buddy? She kind of like pats his cheek.
And yeah, just a mountain of weapons, all sorts of type of small arms, couple long arms, arms, some Type 1 phasers, airs hidden in pockets and boots.
Should stun the lot and put them all in stasis.
And
All right, we'll manacle them and put them aboard the runabouts. Well, actually, no, strike that. We'll manacle them and see what the captain wants to do with them.
You may hail the captain.
Captain, we've secured the ship, have the crew captured and detained. What do you want to do with them now?
Detain them on the Gungnir, see if we might get some potential information from them.
Rust, if you want to work on getting the cuffs on, I can go through their logs.
Okay, you go ahead and do with that, and the security team and I will prep the prisoners for transport.
2 momentum, you can grab the logs.
Yeah, she wants the basically just navigation info.
Navigation logs, anything else?
No, I think that's what she's interested in. She's interested in finding this place, so.
Alright. It appears that it came from out of system and have kind of been meandering around, but they do keep coming back to this place. Every couple days or so, and they'll come back to it. So it appears there's a thingy. It appears there's plot there.
I have a fun idea.
Do tell.
Why don't we, after we get the prisoners transferred over to the Gungnir, we'll put our Starfleet crew aboard this Nausicaan Raider, patch it up enough to make it flyable, have it haul ass to the pirate, what we assume is the pirate base, with the Gungnir in hot pursuit, and see what happens. Maybe they'll lower their defenses to let the Raider in.
Bailey kind of looks up excited. Wait, are we gonna put on a play for them?
Pirate games.
Play a little pirate game? Yes. That sounds exciting. Captain? What are your orders?
That actually sounds like a good idea to set up a Trojan horse with the Nausicaan Raider.
Alright, so who's going aboard the Raider and who's staying behind?
I guess I should probably stay on the Raider.
I'll stay over as well. Nausicaan ships aren't my favorite, but I've touched on a couple.
And
It really only makes sense for the doctor to stay on the Gungnir because that's where her sick bay is if people get hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the raiding team.
Okay, well, if you want, then Morgana can take command of the Gungnir.
or Sorrel when he becomes available.
Well, yeah. But as of right now, he isn't, so if they want Morgana to take over, she will. but that's up to the captain.
I'm fine with Morgana taking command.
Okay.
One moment. Roll 20, no cooperating.
But first, we need to grab some equipment, like body armor and Type 3 phasers.
Yeah, the whole infantry company.
The whole infantry.
Yeah, let's do that, and also get some
kind of-
hoplites.
It's kind of a shame that Williams isn't here. She would probably be the first one to get out there and bull rush people.
Part of me is attempting to do this again next week, even though this will be a super short session.
Just to let Williams bull rush people? Yeah.
Yeah, to actually give her a chance to actually do some ground combat.
I'm okay with that if that's what y'all want to do. Don't want to derail the GM's game, though.
And underneath the Gungnir, you now have Copy of Nausicaan Raider. It has a name. It's a Nausicaan. It's pretty ugly.
Mm.
For the equipment, again, the equipment table should be on roll 20. Okay, cheat sheets. Equipment cost. Yeah, plenty of time to do this, but this will cost escalation. So we
Yep.
want type 3s.
Yes.
Alright, that's 2 threat, and body armor is 1 an escalation. Anything else?
You know what? I'm going to spend my medal of gallantry to reduce that threat. No, my medal. Starcraft. I always confuse those two medals.
Oh, the dice roll?
Yeah.
I believe.
Star. I always confuse the Declaration of Gallantry and the Star class.
Yeah, I believe the Declaration of Gallantry is only when you're buying extra dice with threats.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. Anything else? Do we want energy shields, knives, batless, breaching charges?
I'll actually take a Orion knife.
Okay. That actually doesn't have a escalation cost. It is 1 challenge against dice plus your security, vicious 1. It's deadly and it's hidden. And deadly basically means that it is +1 on difficulty if you are attempting to make a non-lethal strike with this weapon, and the first injury it does is a deadly injury and will put someone in the dying state. But
Okay,
yeah,
so one challenge die, deadly, hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright. You're going here. Ross is coming over. Doctor's staying. Hang on the Gungnir. Casting. And then Vera is on the Noskin ship, and Royal's over here. Ah, why is the Royal's token always that large? Alright, so we have a broken butt.
I mean, GM, what's your thoughts of giving Williams a chance to actually join in the raid?
I suppose we could delay it. And
Only because she is security, but she's only really been able to do one security thing, and that was with the time people.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with doing it if we have a majority vote.
We can either charge in now, or I can find means of delaying you.
I mean, I know one means, which is the thing with Sagel.
Mm-hmm. As soon as they show up.
I'm fine with a delay just because I want people to be able to play their characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is kind of definitely a Williams heavy activity to charge in there and kick some butt.
Yep.
Cool with that?
But this also means I'll have another week to put more traps and dangerous things on there.
Let's go in now.
So everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy. Alright, first things first is we need to get this. It's, Noskin Raider. Do you see the sheet for copy of Noskin Raider underneath the Gungnir?
Yes.
Excellent. Alright, you should have full control of that. Yeah, sheet, numbers are correct. And now we need to, fix this thing. Diff 3, I'm gonna up that complication. Control engineering, difficulty 3, complication 3, because, Nausicaan ships aren't exactly something you're familiar with.
All right. I'll spend one momentum to get the third dice.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still unable to beam back and forth? I guess we're keeping our shields up because of the radiation.
Yeah, you would need to drop the shields in order to beam back and forth. Which, that is up to you if you want to take that risk.
I was just saying about bringing Laugh over for some assistance on that, but...
There is no time pressure at the moment because the base hasn't been warned yet. So you can't like shuttle back and forth, and especially since the Raiders in a tractor beam, it's a close ride.
Okay, we'll just do that then.
All right.
So.
Excellent. 2 momentum generated, and the ship is back under operational conditions. And on that note, I'm gonna take a short break. We'll be right back in a moment.
Alrighty.
Everyone got real quiet.
Yep.
Hmm.
And back. And I have something resembling a plan.
Hey,
Alright. So we now have the two ships operational. Alright, and as we are setting the ships up,
mhm.
and I don't have art for this, so I'm just gonna go with the mysterious question mark. The Gungnir is seeing some movement off their port bow. So,
Okay. The doctor will ask for sensor reading. What is it? What is it?
okay, that works. They appear to be some sort of biological organism. I think. It's life, but not as we
What?
know it.
She will, right, get a scan of it and send it to my chat, please.
Sensor, science, or medicine. Yeah. Reason in science or medicine, assisted by sensor, science, or medicine. Difficulty
Okay.
3 and complication 3, and because of reasons unknown.
Well, if Morgana is making that roll, those reasons can just go away. Cause quick study.
Complication is not because
Okay.
it's a known phenomenon. It's
Fair.
as there might be complications in scanning that can cause adverse effects.
Okay. I'll use a momentum. Okay.
One momentum, okay.
And then I'll just destroy your roll.
That's fine. I didn't need it anyways. Don't want to do blue on blue because it's weird. Sure, this one. And roll 20's not helping me here. Alright, so these are a bunch of scale 2 creatures, a good swarm arm of them. And they appear to be immune to radiation and is actually creating a lower radiation spot around them.
Okay.
And they're definitely
And
they're definitely cosmozoan. They're designed and are thriving in the vacuum of space.
Yeah. My question is, have they decided to pick us out for anything in particular? Or are they just floating on?
Okay, so that one works.
I am not going to even say what that looks like.
I know exactly what it looks like. I didn't want to use it because it's blue on blue, but it's the only token that's working. So that's your token. Deal with it.
It's a space wisp.
It's a space wisp.
Yes. Yes. Wisp. That's what we're calling it.
That is what we're calling it.
Spending 2 threat.
Oh, dear.
But at this point, I know they do not appear to be interested in you as of yet.
Mm-hmm. She'll, calm down to the captain and commander and say, be on the lookout. We have biological visitors. My guess is the native population of this system. They don't seem to be interested in us yet, but there's no telling what they could do to either ship.
Makes sense. We only have the Nausicaan ship tracked in, so we could just simply move out of the system because we're like two sectors away from leaving the system. Well, the nebula.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. However, if we're going to do it that way, I would very much like Vera on board the Gungnir. If we're
Okay.
just towing you out, as it were.
I understand you're saying, and we'll try to send her back via shuttle.
Thank you, sir. And the moment she gets on board, we'll see about getting out of here for a moment of time.
Oh, if only it were that simple. But Vera, Daring, Con, this is Div 2, Comp 3. And Engines and Con 2. Well, that's that. Daring or Control. Oh, depending on how fast you want to get out of here.
We'll go with daring.
All right.
Also, I'd like to spend 2 momentum to have the spot, have the communication spot pinpointed so we can come back. We don't have to search again.
The spot has been flashed.
Take a threat.
Gladly.
That's why I gave you a threat. That's 4 successes.
All right.
Ship.
Ship engine con.
Which ship is this for?
The Gungnir, because that's the one towing you out.
Right.
Yep.
And then we can move the runabouts.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any means of re-rolling that?
I do not know if the ship has means of re-rolling that.
No, but we got 2 momentum for that roll, so bye-bye.
2 momentum to quash?
Works for me.
Fine then. We'll do this the hard way. Spending into threat. As you are making your way out, these things follow you. And then just before or as you're crossing in between these stars, these things start swirling in a particular pattern, and there is a magnetic pulse, and a plasma stream is heading straight for your ship. And
Now-
we need more appropriate music.
How far did we get? Or we're still in between the 2 stars? Oof.
Yeah, you're like 1 square over, and now they're trying to attack you or something. This is going to be an opposed daring con roll on your part, as they are trying to oppose you.
If the captain can give a value, now would be a time.
These are our opposed rolls. If you win, you. Yep. So yeah, how are you making this, Asphira?
You said daring con?
Yep.
Or-
and it's opposed, so we're rolling against each other. Highest roll wins.
I will give Vera a direct and use my pike metal to make that a crit.
All right, so you have a direct from the captain. You get +2 hits from that.
Be right back.
Yep.
And we're just trying to avoid taking up the same space.
No, we're trying to. We just have to beat them, but we don't know what they're rolling.
Okay.
Yep, we're rolling against each other. Highest wins.
Okay. I'm just trying to see if any of my focuses are related to it.
Yeah, dodging.
Okay, dodging. I was making sure it was dodging and not something else. That's
Yeah. They're making an environmental hazard for you.
okay. Go ahead and have a threat.
I'm gonna spin that back and 2 more. So I'm gonna go 4.
I'll re-roll that first 0 with bold.
So 6 for us.
Six. Alright, so 5 momentum in total as the plasma stream misses your ship. But these things are now in hot pursuit. And sure, I'm gonna attempt a radiation burst. So security. This does not make any sense. Weapon security. And this is gonna be div 2. And that is a hit. So 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 and 14. Alright, so that's 14 in damage to your shields, minus is your 7, so that is 7 damage to your shields. As these things just burst out in a wave of intense radiation and crackles along your shields. And that hits both ships because this is area. So that is 1 breach each at least. Gungnir hit to communications, the Nodskin ship 1 hit to sensors. And the radiation is clinging to your hull, so if you don't clear it within by the top of the round, it's going to hit you again for another should be persistent 8, so it's going to hit you for another 8 damage. That is their turn. It's now player's turn. What you doing? And it's captain's away.
Can Sorrel maybe scan them for some type of defense or weakness?
The radiation is getting in the way, but he can and certainly try.
Hi, Commander.
And difficulty. Yeah, I think that's the most thing to do with it.
D3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll spend a threat for an additional dice.
All right.
Die. And Focus sensor operations.
Yep.
Here we go.
And sensor science from the ship. Russ, do you have sensor science? Plus more because we've got sensors. So. All right. 3 momentum generated. And
These appear to be Cosmosan, Commander. They consume radiation. Scale 2 creatures in a swarm. They emit radiation bursts and magnetic fields.
Do you think there's anything you could do to make them go away or distract them?
Well, they seem to be manipulating the magnetic fields to draw plasma streams, so we could try emitting a plasma stream, and in the other direction might draw them off.
Okay, sounds good to me.
all right, would you like to do that?
Yes, I think so.
All right, that sounds like control or daring science. Difficulty 4. I'm gonna say comp 4 because of where you are and what they are, and then structure and structure science as for the assist.
Okay, structure science for the assist. All right, I'll spend 3 momentum to add 4 die to the die pool.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe the ship helps.
Trying to think if I got any way to re-roll that, and I don't think I do.
Do you have any determination?
I do have a determination. Could I use my determination?
On what value?
Every problem has a solution.
Precisely what you're doing. So
So I get to
yes.
re-roll. I get to re-roll the zeros. Is that right?
Yep, as many of the d20s as you would like.
I'll re-roll the zeros. There we go.
There we go. And then the structure science from the ship. Structure science ship from the Gungnir.
Coming up.
Thank you. 2 momentum generated as you emit a plasma stream. Towards which quadrant would you like to fire that at? Just click on screen. Let me know where you're at.
Let's see.
Probably the
Sir.
lower left would be best.
Yeah.
So right here.
Other left. Like towards 7 o'clock.
This one.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We have bait. Did it? All right, we have a class 2 bait for our extra momentum. You can make that bait more enticing somehow.
That seems like a worthwhile momentum spend to me.
All right.
Yes, we send out their particular flavor of plasma.
Yep. So for 2 momentum, you can increase that by 1.
Okay.
All right. So we have a scale 3 bait. Let's see if they wish to resist it.
Come on, it's just sitting there.
Come on. Sensors. Science.
Tasty snack. Roll that beautiful plasma footage.
They don't even know that the bait is there.
Oh boy.
They are not moving towards it for some reason.
The Omicron radiation dispersal device.
Nope, not yet. At this point, I'm assuming the Noskin Raider is still in a tractor beam. That was the idea.
Yeah.
Awesome. Several of them walk up to the Noskin Raider and start pushing on it, but they do not seem to be able to break the tractor beam.
Just the Noskin Raider, not the Gungnir?
Just on the Noskin and Raider, but there's something peculiar about their action.
What direction are they pushing in?
They are. So, the Noskin Raider is underneath and to the back of the Gungnir as you're being towed out. They are pushing top. They're pushing from the top bow. So, ventral bow section of the ship. For
Is it
insight.
sort of deep sea creatures next to a thermal vent? Is that what we're looking at?
I could give you insight science. It's or security roll. Difficulty 3.
I'll spend a momentum for that additional die.
All right.
Can the ship assist?
The ship has nothing. This is more or of an instinct thing. If it was reason,
I've already spent my determination.
Is it like in the direction of the pirate base or the suspected pirate base?
not in the direction of the pirate base.
Is it a lot of force?
I can answer that for momentum.
Sure.
Surprisingly not. It is not an exceeding amount of force, and based on the speed you see them go before, it seems like that they could generate a lot more momentum than what they are currently doing.
So they're just sort of flittering about, not
There's
moving.
There's determination with it.
Okay,
it's
so
not excessive force.
I'm almost
It's-
curious to see what would happen if we turn off the tractor beam and where they took us.
it's feeding, but not a feeding frenzy. Apparently. Yeah. Do you think the tractor beam is attracting them? I mean, the tractor beam, does it have a plasma component to it?
Tractor beam does not have a plasma component. It basically just
Yeah.
batons.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
Why don't you shut off the tractor beam and let's just see what happens? Just follow us.
Do you do so, Gungnir? Morgana,
Captain,
you're
are
in
you
charge.
there yet, or
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Captain.
what are your thoughts on that?
If you believe it'll solve the problem, then by all means.
I don't know what to do. I was just curious.
Well, let's run a quick simulation on that.
Do you want to run math, or do you want to just shut it off and see what happens?
I believe humans call this flying by the seat of our pants.
Indeed. Or flying by the seat of the space sperm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try.
All right. Tractor beam is shut off, and very, very, very gently, almost at the same pace as maneuvering thrusters, the Noskin Raider and 3 of the jellies start to drift away. And then the Gungnir gets swarmed by a whole bunch of these guys. There's like 12 of them all around you, and they are all setting off their radiation burst.
Could the Gungnir maneuver near the plasma bait and see if we can sort of lead them to it?
Mm-hmm.
I was about to quickly order Vigor to evade, but I'm guessing that's too late.
Are they pushing the Gungnir like the Nausicaan ship, or are they attacking?
This is an attack, so that is one hit, and the Gungnir takes radiation. No, I said radiation.
It's almost like they're protecting the Nausicaan ship from an attacker, like, a guard dog for this system.
Well, with the guard dog, you throw it a stake and occupy it. So, Captain, they feed off plasma. I would recommend we maneuver towards the plasma bait and see if we can lure the guard dogs, as the commander puts it, off.
Make it so. And
So
we only
12
take 3 damage.
is 12 damage minus 7, that is 5 damage.
And we do take a breach.
Yep. How's your shields looking?
Where we hit previously?
Yeah, you got hit for 7 previously.
They're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
That's hit sensors.
Oh,
Okay, so we're at 2 shields, so we should try and leave this nebula, which was our original plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're like right at the exit.
Alright. And just as a reminder, I don't have a lot of room on this map that direction. But Rost is definitely on the radar. Vera is on the Gungnir. I believe everyone else is on the Gungnir.
Yes.
Alright.
Commander Rost is on the Raider.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in temporary command of it.
yeah. He's trying to temporarily make it, because the plan was to sneak into the base in the later.
Trojan
Gotcha.
horse plan.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah, they just commandeered the raider on the way in.
Okay.
Captain, maybe you should send somebody over before we get out of the system.
I mean, both. The plan is to have both our ships leave the system, so that way we don't have to deal with the radiation and could go ship to ship without that much of a problem.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm sorry.
What's the plan, Stan?
So let's tell Lost to. So let's try and get both ships out of the this cradle. Well, full impulse.
All right. Ross, do you intend to leave the NWL as well? Follow behind the Gungnir?
Yeah, but I will do it at a distance, not like a,
Not
It sounds
immediately, but lag behind. Okay, that makes sense.
right, yeah.
Could a efficient path out of the nebula be taken near where we set up the bait, so that on the way out, both the Gungnir and the Raider could do a pass by of the plasma bait, with the possibility that they might leave the Raider and the Gungnir for the bait.
Can we do
Or-
that, GM?
You could, but there might be a navigational problem with that.
So,
I'm thinking if we just let the Gungnir and the Raider separate out a little bit, they might back off.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reasonable hypothesis. Let's test it.
All right, so just back off.
Yeah, we'll let some distance grow between us, and
I
see if
mean,
they-
we're kind of doing a V kind of escape vector, well, like that and that.
right, yeah, out
Yeah.
of the system but apart.
Out of the
Yep.
system, but apart. All right. Let me set this up, because I've been setting this up like 3 times now. Div 3. Daring Con, Div 3, Complication 3, and Engines Con from the Gungnir. The Noskin Raider, just 1 power, and you can easily move away. They do not offer any resistance to you.
Okay, spend the power.
Have a threat, GM.
Yes, please.
Can somebody grab the Gungnir?
Yes.
All right.
That is 3 momentum.
3 momentum. generated as Vera. You have to dodge and weave a scale 5 ship out around these guys as they are hemming in on you and trying to prevent you from moving. But eventually you zig one way and they zag, and you're able to pull out, and you're able to leave the nebula. And there is still blue crackling energy on the hem of your shields.
Does that indicate that they're still with us?
The jellies are not in pursuit.
Okay, just residual damage, apparently. Residual radiation, perhaps, that they've exuded?
Yes. Residual radiation.
Gotcha.
You were hit by a persistent attack. That is gonna fire off unless something is done.
Question, GM.
Yes.
What was the previous 2 breaches?
Communication to you, and then the radar.
Sensors.
The radar was the one who got hit
there.
by sensors.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So the Gungnir should have a breach on the sensors and communications.
Yep. That's it. Alright, so we still have the crackling blue energy. Do we want to do anything about that?
Captain, we got something on us.
Modulate the shield frequency.
Yes.
Boost power to the shields. I'm not sure.
Yeah. How do you want to get rid of this radiation that's clinging to your hull?
To see if we could
Polarize
somehow,
the hull, perhaps.
that, or seeing that it's pretty much on our shields, want to just expand the shields a bit and then just turn the shields off when we're no longer.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Daring, engineering. Actually, 4 based on the dice. Alright. Daring engineering difficulty 4, complication 3. You are extending the shields in a configuration that they're not used to, and there's a risk that your shields will get so thin that the radiation will start bleeding through and will hit your ship anyways. However, this might work.
Do we have time to implement radiation protocols?
The doctor has already have radiation protocol advantage set up.
Ah, excellent.
No worries. Nothing
She's
bad's gonna happen.
reactive.
She may or may not be very good at her job.
All right.
And a few other crew members' jobs.
Yep, Lep has been activated,
Kidding.
so he can make this roll. Rust, want to roll for left for the Gungnir?
Sure. I'm looking for him here. He will buy a point of momentum there.
All right. structure engineering from the ship. Calder or Rust? You got that? There we go. Ooh. Do you have a reroll hidden in up your sleeve?
Can he use the value of the welfare of the ship and the crew or responsibility of the engineers?
Absolutely. He may re-roll his 0. There we go.
And we gain a momentum.
We got a momentum, and with that, your shields are offline, and they do have damage to them. You're gonna have to make specific repairs to the structure to get your shield back up. But the radiation has been dissipated, and you are out of danger. And the danger music should stop.
I am the danger.
You are the danger music. Rust, yeah. With the raider, you're able to easily drift out, and are able to rendezvous with them outside the star system.
And the critters go away?
Yep. As soon as you leave the edge of the star system, after you hit the helipause, they turn back.
I think
so. They recognized us as good, and y'all as bad. Almost
So
like
there was-
immune system.
Yeah, at least some intelligence operating.
I mean, we do have personnel from the NOS can contribute to ask questions about that.
Yeah, break out the rubber hoses and ask them questions.
Oh no, are we gonna start waterboarding people?
No.
Sonic showering people.
Sonic showering.
Is it?
I think that's just as illegal.
What, cleaning them? I don't see how.
They're dirty pirates.
Har har har.
And it's not, you know, a crime. It's aggressive bathing.
But Sorel, before you were so rudely interrupted and asked to come to the bridge because the ship was under attack, on approach to the system, you found out, just from the astrometrics, you found some very, very interesting things. So, reason, science, difficulty, that, no reason for a complication. Reason science, difficulty 5, assisted by sensor science. It's a very, very, very small thing you might have found, but you might be able to suss it out. Sorel, reason science, difficulty 5, to find out what else is peculiar about this system, besides its inhabitants.
Aye, Captain. Reason science, difficulty 5. Okay, well then I'm going to spend 4 momentum and a threat.
Alright.
Get 5.
It's 6 total to get 5 dice.
So it's 6 total, then I'm spinning it all.
Play it again,
Rock and roll
Sam.
time.
Alright.
And you said reason science.
Yep.
Okay.
and depth 4 because sensors. Which I need to account for. And then sensor science from the Gungnir. Is 3 momentum generated. So, this is a very, very small margin of error, but you managed to find it out. So, the age of these stars are about 200,000 years, plus or minus, is 4,200. This is just based on the size and fuel consumption of the stars. They are obviously Pop 1 stars, which means which is like the same population as most of the stars in the universe. Sol is the Pop 1.
A very young star system.
Yeah, very young star system. But in the center here is a neutron star. And that appears to be gravitationally bounding them together, and that's why they're in such close proximity to each other.
I see.
And this was part of the a bit that was hard to calculate because it's such a small variable, but the radial velocity from the center of the Shatari Nebula is 21.5 kilometers per second, which is pretty fast, but these are stars we're talking about. The reason that is approximately double what the average stellar drift is. There is some stellar drift between stars, but generally that's clocked around 10 kilometers per second. This is twice that, and it's also faster than what the Voyager 2 is doing as we speak. Which leads to some mind-numbingly huge numbers coming across your brain right now.
Yes, these velocities are most impressive.
Which means it would have taken a heck of a lot of energy to move stars like this.
Would the neutron star, I presume, would be an insufficient gravity well to explain their velocity?
That is correct. And for one momentum, I can answer more.
I think that's a worthwhile spend. Yes.
It is very unlikely for neutron stars and very young stars to be traveling together. As we know, neutron stars is like one of the final stages of stellar development, and
right.
So these are like a bunch of babies hanging around a corpse. They're
right.
Generally not in the same neighborhood.
Right. We should expect to see gas giants forming and things along those lines if we're in a stellar nursery. But we've got a neutron star, which is post the collapse of the helium core. So
the odds of the formation of a neutron star is violent and usually dispersed gases. The probability of a neutron star and a bunch of young stars being in the same neighborhood is 0.000002342% chance of this is occurring.
Captain, this is highly improbable.
It's official to say. And no, I did not just make up that number.
Nice.
I actually no, I didn't.
I was gonna be a little impressed. I was like, all right, nice.
I did do the math on the stellar drift though.
Nice.
So,
Good.
Ooh. Dude,
So something put this thing together.
something a lot more powerful than the Hulk should have access to.
One momentum.
I mean, this is a level of cosmic manipulation that, I mean, I would expect in the realm of the Q continuum.
Yeah, that's accurate. The entire Federation planets, all the ships of Starfleet coming together and working on this one project. All the warp cores of all the starships in Starfleet couldn't generate enough power to pull this off. By large margins. So we're talking like civilizations that would span the entire galaxy pulling something like this off.
Captain, real quick question. The hell is a Q continuum?
Care to explain to the rest of the class?
Did you say what is the Q continuum?
She said the hell is the Q continuum. Vera doesn't know.
You're right, she wouldn't. Some civilians would know, all Starfleet officers would know, but yeah, unless they've had a reason to run into them.
The Q continuum is an organization of these so many omnipotent, all-powerful beings that like
from across the bridge. You hear this is stage whisper, semi-omnipotent.
I said somewhat omnipotent.
Somewhat omnipotent? I'm offended. No.
Omnipotent beings that like to dabble in the affairs of mere mortals for their own pleasure.
They can do anything and they just decide to mess with you guys?
If they're bored, if they're looking for something to do, then yeah, they tend to mess with, mortal beings.
Differing personalities have been encountered with Q. However, the most frequent contact has been with, how would you say, trickster personality?
Yeah, Q prime.
Yes.
So you think one of these Q just decided to plug a star for their good personal friend, the Hulk?
I doubt they would do something like that unless they had other motivations.
But I would, if the Hulk is involved, I would hypothesize that the Hulk has taken advantage of a action by some cosmic entity, be it Q or not, that has another purpose entirely.
That's kind of what I was leaning to.
I can grant a hypothesis for momentum.
Sure.
The age of the stars, this is based both on their stellar content and the distance from the Chitauri Nebula where they were born, is 200,000 years. 200,000 years ago, there was a quite significant event in the galaxy that's known throughout all of history, across all planets. The fall of the Iconian Empire.
I was just thinking that. It's like I was thinking back. I was like, what was the scale of the Iconian? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iconian is Kardashev 3 easily.
Excellent.
think this is like the third or fourth time our ship had to deal with Iconian stuff.
Oh boy.
And one of those is the times I was sent back in time during the fall of them.
Mm-hmm.
That was Q.
Curiouser and curiouser.
So if this isn't part of some kind of Iconian scheme, it's beyond our technology.
Maybe
Seems so.
maybe the station that he's got here just left over, which means not only does he have Borg tech, he'd have access to combining that with Iconian tech.
Hold on, writing this down. Iconian hidden starbase.
If this is an Iconian experiment or an Iconian project, there may be a base of operations or an Iconian guardian. Is that what they call them? The guardians, where they set up a technological observer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guardian. Overwatch. Actually, the Guardians is a different civilization. That's the Preservers and their
Right.
era.
No, I'm trying to think of, because the Enterprise encountered the Iconians in the first season, right? And there was that old guy with the staff, if I remember, and he was an outpost of the Iconians, if I'm remembering right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the first episode with the Ferengi, just to give a little. Anyway, the point being, there might be a base of operations we could locate, and there might be something we could communicate with there.
So, that's the thing Sorrel came up with. What do the rest of you guys think?
I mean, yeah, he shouldn't. If the Hulk could somehow get Iconian tech, that would be bad news for us.
So is he using it, or is he simply existing along with it as it drifts through the galaxy, doing whatever it was programmed to do?
The latter seems more likely.
But, you don't want to underestimate him.
Bailey kind of speaks out. What exactly would this star system do? It just looks like a giant lightning storm.
What if you could direct the plasma storm?
Is it a stellar weapon system?
Well, the neutron star is anchoring the younger stars, keeping them in formation, so to speak.
Power generation?
It's on such a scale, though. Even for the Iconians, it seems massive.
Was there anything unusual about the plasma streams? Like, I don't know, phase variants or this is out there, but maybe they were communicating with each other.
Stars using plasma streams to communicate with each other.
So what? This entire system is just a giant computer?
Or a hive mind?
If it's going somewhere, it's not going that fast. I mean, it took 200,000 years to travel the same distance we can do in a week. So I don't think its location or its velocity is that important. Besides flagging it as unusual.
So could we map back and see where it originated?
Yeah, you already done that. It originated from the Shatari Nebula.
Oh, sorry, the Shatari Nebula.
Yep, I can show you a big map.
Do you think you could maybe track some of the patterns as they go over a little bit of time? The plasma, the little mini plasma storms. Maybe there's a pattern we can
See
discern.
if there's a pattern. Yeah. Possible.
And then of course that comes the question in what about those jelly things?
If it's a hive mind, then it's probably just like a protector for the hive mind, like blood cells.
But then, and why was it attacking us and not the Noskin ship?
Because we were the only foreign body it registered. If they were acting like white blood cells, anyway.
If the Hulk has control of whatever's in command of this cluster, then yeah.
Is there something about the Nausicaan Raider's hull that might have inoculated it to whatever attack the plasma creatures make?
You can look into that.
Or maybe some type of device that signaled them that this is a friend, not a foe.
You can either sit and think about it using insight engineering, or you can actively comb over the ship using reason engineering and the ship sensors.
I'll do the latter.
All right. Reason engineering. Actually, like diff 2, diff 1. Yeah, there's no reason to increase the confidence. And that's with the sensors, so reason engineering, diff 2 brought down diff 1 because of advanced sensors.
Which ship?
Either or.
The Nausicaan one or the Gungnir?
Gungnir would be scanning the Nausicaan ship.
Okay.
Generate momentum. There is no unusual devices or energy waves, no macros built into the computer to emit any signal, and this radar seems to be of standard configuration.
So they must know it by some other means, whether being programmed or...
Bailey kind of wait, you mean someone trained them? You think those things were intelligent enough to be trained to recognize Gnostican ships and attack non-Gnostican ships?
Well, if I'm correct, the energy outputs of both ships are readily different. So training them to recognize one over the other, or only recognize one, theoretically, if they have any shred of intelligence, it shouldn't be all that hard. Much like training a giant dog. Or a horse, maybe.
Or if they're a natural part of the cluster, there's a way to direct them from the center. Tell them what ships to avoid or not.
I mean, have you checked their logs, their communication logs? Maybe they put out a signal that calls them to make the beings think they're one of them.
I can answer that for momentum.
Please.
The only communication and they've done is like basic check-ins and saying, "Hey,
and
we
haven't
found anything," and like the standard, "We're on approach to be ready for our arrival at next time." But
there must be something, because I mean
the doctor was right. The ships would have a unique energy signature. I mean, that's how our sensors work. You pick up the energy signatures, then the computer matches it to known ship configurations.
So if we can match the energy signature of the Gnostican Raider with the Gungnir, maybe we can make it seem like a friend.
If that's the way they're interacting with the Gnostican ship, yes. In theory.
So I guess we're getting a lot more Trojan with our horse then.
Indeed.
So, Captain, what's the plan?
Let's interrogate the prisoners to see if we could get more information about the stations.
That's definitely something we can do. Let's see. Which one of you schmucks would be the one in charge? Let's take the ship interior. At this point, you're outside the nebula. You can have shields down. You can easily beam back and forth between the ships. You are gone, and we have. Actually, yeah. We would have a Gnostican captain. He is too ugly to have a name, but he is He's too ugly to have a name, but he is there. Messy Hoss, welcome aboard.
Does any one of the pirate prisoners appear to be more afraid or timid than the rest?
And seemingly Haas, welcome aboard. I would say for 2 threat or 2 momentum, and there could be one that's willing to talk.
Okay.
1-1.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yes, there is a. Actually, okay, that makes sense. There's a female Denobulan who seems willing to talk.
Do you mind if I join you, Captain? I'd like to see kind of what sort of people he's started picking up.
Yeah, sure. So we'll take Natalia to a conference room and have a polite chat with her.
Conference room or interrogation room?
Let's go with a conference room.
Be nice and simple about it. All right.
Yeah.
Would you have security there?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Present security div 2 or 2 momentum or 2 threat 2. You have them present.
Go ahead and take the threat.
All right. And security teams are present. And she seems to be way out of her depth. She doesn't seem like the pirate type, but she was on board the ship and surrendered with the rest of them. Hi. Yes.
Natalia, I'm Commander Rost. I'm the executive officer of the Gungnir. How did you come to be aboard this raider ship?
That's kind of a long story.
So are you a pirate or something else?
I was more of one of their tech guys. I kept their ship in line and I helped them with if any of the science phenomenon we find out there.
What can you tell me about this unusual star system that we found each other in?
We've been hanging out here for about out 3 months ourselves, but it's, or at least myself on this run, but it seems like the ship has been here before. At least the crew seems comfortable with it. Even with the plasma storms and stuff. I did manage yeah, the plasma storms. Yeah, I helped them with the magnetic shielding.
Do you know anything about these space creatures that seem to feed on radiation?
They call them the Vipers, but I prefer to think of them as jellies. They are mostly hostile, but or at least to non-Nausicaan in ships, but for some reason to Nausicaan in ships they seem friendly and will actually help guide you through.
So you don't know how they know the difference between a Nausicaan ship and a Federation ship, let's say?
No, I don't. Oh, but it is quite intriguing that they can. I suppose it has something to do with no one on the ship knew as well. I was kind of looking into it, but they didn't allow me any center time. I'm directed at them.
We're looking for what we suspect is a pirate base and then this system. Have you been there?
No, but I know that there was a base within the system.
Do you know anything about the operations or the command structure of this organization?
I'm just a scab, so I don't know a whole lot, but
is my telepathy picking up anything here as far as truthiness, deception?
Inside command difficulty 2.
I'll spend a point of threat for a die.
I know your telepathy, so I cannot assist.
Gain momentum and back. She is overwhelmed, kind of relieved, and kind of scared at the same time. But she is trying to be as truthful as she can be.
Well, I appreciate your cooperation, Natalia. You know, I can understand you may be in a situation you didn't want to find yourself in, you know, doing what you have to do to survive out of necessity. You know, obviously, that presents a problem, but, you know, if your cooperation will definitely be counted toward your situation. Is there anything else that you can tell us that might be helpful in us tracking down this organization, the leaders, and the location of this organization, how it works? Anything at all?
I do know that we had to follow the jellies in until a certain point.
You know what happens at that point?
At that point, we're at the magnetic bubble. I also know that there are several survey ships that have been struck within the five sister cluster.
What's happened to those ships?
They were eventually picked up, raided. Survivors were taken back to base and processed. Any salvageable goods were taken aboard, and the values used and loot were distributed as accordingly.
Is there anyone else on the crew that we've taken prisoner that would also be inclined to talk to us that you'd think?
Oh, no. I don't think so. At least, not without paying them off.
No honor among thieves.
At least among the Nausicaans, Gorn can go either direction. Keep an eye out for the Romulans. Savak. He's only third officer, because he assassinated his way up there. At least that's what the rumors say.
Is that a name I would be able to recognize?
It is not. That's that just went whooshing. No resemblance to a name you know of.
That's fair. Figured it was worth asking.
No, definitely. Since I cooperated, and definitely they would know I talked to you, could it be possible I could get guest quarters instead of going back to the brig?
Yes, I think that would be a reasonable thing to do. We thank you for your cooperation. If there's anything else you can think of, please let me know.
Could I send a personal message out?
I'm afraid not at the moment. We're right in the middle of this operation, and we can't risk exposing that right now. But I think once we're through this, I think we could arrange something.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's those are things.
All right, I'll have our security take her to a suitable guest quarters that has, no computer functions or communications or anything like that.
Yeah, standard prisoner or civilian lockout.
Nice prisoner, yeah.
The nice prison room. All right, what is next?
So they follow the space critters to a magnetic bubble of some type, maybe a shield, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. You get the idea that magnetic bubble is artificial.
Well, I mean that if we just something to look for, something to follow.
Mm-hmm. We don't know exactly how they know the difference between a Nausicaan ship and somebody else, but they'll escort the Nausicaan ship and attack anything else.
So,
does the Nausicaan ship go into the magnetic bubble? How does that work?
Sounds like they escort it to it, but I'm not sure beyond that.
What if we fix up the Nausicaan ship and don't take the Gungnir in?
Yeah, that's one option.
I mean, how many people can we fit there if we pull off all the unneeded cargo?
If you empty out the cargo bay, go standing room only, and it's a bunch of tactical little teams. She needs at least like 5 or 6 people to just run the thing, and the rest you could probably put 75 to 100 fully armed security officers.
Now, how many in hoplites can we fit in there?
75 hoplites.
Okay. We'll deploy the hoplites. I'll join them.
All right. Let's go back to the Five Sisters. All right. So we have the Nausicaan ship, these guys, and go to the Star. And we're loading her up with hoplites. That is no opportunity, but 2 threat to deploy hoplites.
And this is for next session?
Yeah. Basically, you will start next session with 2 extra threat.
Yep, and we already paid for the armor and the phasers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep,
so we're...
You're going on the Raider. Where are the other officers going?
Who's in command of the Gungnir unless Sorrel wants it.
Is the captain going on the Nausicaan ship?
Yep. That was the plan. The captain, the security officer, the
Okay, yeah,
pilot.
Sorrel will command the Gungnir as
All right.
the third.
I'm assuming, Doc, you're going to be staying on the Gungnir?
Yes.
I mean, we might meet Captain Fed in there. If that'll change your mind.
Change whose mind?
Yeah, mine, so.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, if so, the Gungnir is going to stay out anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Sorrel's in. If so,
I am gonna say basically this is just us deciding who's on wave 1 and who's on wave 2. The people on the Gungnir will eventually be able to assist in the boarding action.
Okay. Well, then I'll just stay on the Gungnir then.
Yeah. I'm not gonna plan on splitting the party that hard.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, how much time and difficulty would it be to make the Gungnir look like the Nausicaan Raider energy signature-wise?
That's gonna be a bit, but you could attempt to pull that off, at least from energy signature.
I'm just thinking if we can make the Gungnir look like a Nausicaan Raider, they could, if they have to come in like the cavalry, they have a better chance of helping us out if they look, like a, Nausicaan Raider than if they don't.
Yeah. That's gonna be, the whole thing.
I don't know if it's worth the trouble or not. What do y'all think?
Well, I guess the question is how much trouble?
Control or daring engineering in Diff 3, Complication 3.
I'd say that's worth it.
All right.
You could either decrease the comp or diff.
Diff 4. Diff 5.
Say what?
He's spent threat.
I spent threat to increase that.
Okay.
Okay, take my termination, Lost.
Rost, you're very determined to do this.
Let's see. Can I also use bold
Can I
engineering
get it back?
and Noma ship?
Yes. So two
Okay.
2 threat.
Yes.
Or do you want to do a threat and momentum? Since there's momentum.
Each.
All right.
That's 4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And can I get an assist from left and the ship?
Left yes, ship no. You're doing modifications to the ship.
Okay. And I've got a focus in power and propulsion systems. Can I use that focus?
Absolutely. And are you going to use the determination now, or just save it for a reroll? Because that would affect the dice spend.
I'll save it for a reroll.
All right. Left, no.
I think we'll use that determination on that.
To what value?
The I don't like complications value.
Ross, to what value?
Welfare of the ship and crew in the hands of the engineers.
If you're concerned about the welfare of the ship, you wouldn't be modifying its power signature like this. Got something else?
Can't use one of mine on that, can I? Oh, actually, wait a minute. Those bold engineering, will it let me re-roll an assisted dice?
Bold engineering is only for your dice.
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you have to make the roll.
Anybody got any ideas?
You got another anything value that might come
That's
into
the only
play?
one he's got at the moment.
Yeah. Then complication it is apparently.
Can we quash it with
Momentum? I only got one.
Yeah, you only got one off that, but so I'm gonna spend that and another one, and say that you modify the ship's imp systems, but you are, because you're trying to emulate a ship scale smaller than yours, you are severely underpowering in a lot of systems, and you use 4 power off the top of your energy, so your energy cap is down by 4 unless you can fix this. So while you're in the non-skin power configuration, your max energy, your max power that your ship can and hold is down by 4. Now you can recharge above that, but it resets back to base at the end of the scene. Or you can try something else to mitigate any of that so you can get all your batteries back. Did that explanation make sense outside my head?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what we can do. Any thoughts on a solution?
Not really. No.
Could we, GM, could you run the problem by us again?
Alright, so Nausicaan Cruiser is scale L4, so and the Gungnir is scale 5 ship. So you're trying to make the Gungnir energy-wise appear smaller, and you got it aligned correctly, but in order to do that, your max power per scene has dropped by 4 points. So
okay,
we need
good.
some way of holding in the normal power you normally do without compromising the Nausicaan and energy configuration.
Could we evacuate some decks and shut down power there?
Possible.
Sort of give the ship a smaller profile in terms of its power signature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the same time, you could... no. I was gonna say you could run it through whatever shuttles we have left and kind of, like, siphon it around. It may make us look like we're putting out more power, but it's only because there's more of a distance between the setup. I don't know. It's a thought. I don't know if that made sense, but basically...
Basically, use the shuttlecraft as extra batteries or extra generators.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You could do that, while you can and field, it's like 8 scale worth of craft. And after you have a lot more or than that on your flight deck. The 8 scale of small craft, that is just the limits of communications and personnel and coordination. But you have a lot more than that in the
I mean, I think
at a time.
I think that the power source of 2 Gunabouts is well, it's a high chance of more than enough.
That's also a possible solution. What else? Or do you want to try for one of those? Or a combination?
Do we have an idea of how many decks we'd have to shut down? If we wish to.
If you shut down and the catamarans, and that should be enough. Which those are mostly junior officer quarters, anyways. There's junior officer quarters, some phaser strips, and maintenance are in the catamarans, and so you don't get into any mission critical stuff until you're actually into the saucer.
The one benefit of that strategy would be it would leave our shuttles free for action as opposed to being tied up in maintaining the Gungnir's disguise.
Yeah, I think that makes sense in case we need for evacuation.
Alright, so you can and do this, but it basically means that you're not going to be able to have the crew stand down from yellow alert until this mission's over.
Okay.
So no one's going to be able to get any sleep or relax or, take their boots off.
Okay.
So, yeah, not much. Not going to be an issue now, but if the situation stays on for like longer than 24 hours,
Could be a stress.
You're going to have
issue.
stress. If this goes on for more than a week, you're going to have a mutiny.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll have to.
Yeah. Just reminding you that you're telling people, okay, we're gonna evacuate your quarters. So,
I mean, I doubt this obligation will take more than the 2 days.
yep, easily. Press
this-
command of 2.
Take a threat. Wait, one. Take a threat, GM.
All right.
So that is the momentum.
Mm-hmm. Very, very quickly, the catamarans on the Gungnir are evacuated, and they are completely depowered. And that brings our energy signature in line with the Noxian cruiser, and you have full power and are available. There's still one issue. Ross, the shields of the Gungnir are still broken from doing the shield bubble pop.
Okay, we'll do some damage control on that.
Yeah. It's not a specific system, but... Div 3 control engineering.
Okay, and level assist.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully better this time.
Oh, I think he felt bad from the last time. And that, you swapped out some burnt relays, and the shields come back online.
Booyah.
And Rost, which vessel would you be traveling with, the Gungnir or the Noxian Raider HMS Bounty? Can we call it the HMS Bounty, or I don't know?
I mean, I was going with the Star Trek 3 reference, so I think so.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
The captain, you say you were going with the Raider or stay on the Gungnir?
I think the captain said he was going on the...
Captain said he was going on the Bounty.
Yep.
Do you want me to stay on the Gungnir or do you want me to come along?
It's up to you.
Cyril, are you staying?
Yeah, I was gonna command the bridge since I did. My understanding was you guys were going in the...
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go then. It'll be in good hands.
All right. And with that, do have 5 momentum here. Any last minute bonuses or advantages you guys want to make?
Element of surprise.
You thoroughly have that.
We're returning into the nebula, correct?
Yes.
Could we create?
Yeah, next time. Yeah.
I would like. Could we create some photon torpedoes with the plasma signature that we know is preferred by the Cosmoan energy creatures, with the idea that perhaps, if for some reason they attack us, we might be able to lure them away with photon torpedo.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 momentum, and you can have torpedo bait.
Okay.
And we have advantage. Advantage hoplites on the bounty. Advantage of type 3s. Body armor for everyone. Advantage of the advanced sensor or warning on plasma storms. Any other advantage we need to note for next week? We have the torpedo bait, we have surprise, hoplites on the bounty, type 3 E's, and body armor, and advanced sensors for the plasma storms. Speak now or forever hold your peace, because I will forget over the week.
I can't think of anything.
And with that, the HMS Bounty slowly rolls into the harsh five sister star cluster with the Gungnir lazily following behind it as we make our way towards the pirate base. And with that, the credits will roll, and I have no idea what I'm doing with mine. There. I missed the zoom on my screen. There we go. Blinded by the light. Be sure to catch us next week, Thursdays at 7 p.m. here on Twitch to catch our next adventure on the frontier. Thank you to our awesome players tonight, and hopefully Lieutenant Williams will be here next week. Music provided by Kevin McLeod. You can check out his royalty-free music on incompetech.com. As always, we are forever grateful to Motivius for giving us the tall ship, and the great bird of the galaxy, Gene Roddenberry, for giving us the stars to guide us. Until next time, fly true, stay safe, and take us out.